All right. What do we have for you gents today? Oh, this is gonna be a glorious, glorious day, gentlemen. At least for me it is. I've been waiting to pick this up for a long time. Let's get the introductions out of the way. This is Mark from Gunfight Knives, and this is the MMB build. And if you guys don't know what that stands for, it stands for my main bitch. And this is her. We're building her out. So guys, today we have a scope mount from Larue Tactical. It's the LT204 C.A.N SPR. And it's a mount and it's QD. And it's made in the United States. Can't get any better than that, can you guys? So initially I wanted to get the, I believe it was a Scalarworks, the light one, very light mount, and thought I was going to get that. But the more I did my due diligence and seeing what, like weight wise, heavy duty wise, and all that, I ended up landing on the Larue. I have some other Larue mounts. I like it. I have some of their other products as well. Again, there's a trigger in here, is Larue. But I went with this because I wanted more heavy duty than lightweight. So if it was a toss up between lightweight and heavy duty, I'd rather have heavy duty. Not that the other one isn't. I just know this one's been tested and put through the ringer, I think, more than the other. The reason why I wanted the other one was for weight, and then I liked the, has a little red leveling screw on the bottom of the mount, so you don't have to really do much to level out your scope. But again, if you're not taking your scope out of the mount that often, then it doesn't matter too much. It just makes life a little easier if you're swapping out a lot of scopes. So, and it is quick disconnect as well, but again, I'd rather go for this. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's only like 2+ ounces heavier, which is quite a bit, but nothing to go nuts over, I don't think. So let's see what we got. Let's open this bad boy up and let's see what we got. Get this out of the way. So we have some instructions on how to tighten the levers. All right, so it says most folks will adjust these. Here and click or not. Yep. Let me bring it up to here. So they almost make a little ratchet noise. Let me stand up and show you guys so I can see if we're in frame. So they say they adjust it. So these, on one of them, will have to come out. That's what locks this thing in. So lock. So they say you put it here on the rail, and if it engages right here at like the 45-degree angle, then that should be good once you close it. So if it's not catching the rail by then, you may have to adjust it one way or another. But it says for your rail may be different, but they say most people. So that's pretty cool. You can see this has been polished. So very nice stuff as per usual with them. You can see what it does. So when it grabs on, your rail is here. Boom, and locks it in. So solid stuff from them when I've dealt with them. I might as well show you that as well. Pause that if you want to read it. But if you're getting this, I guess it wouldn't make a difference. All right. So basically they want you to put the left side of the rings to the side, and then the right ones you're going to mount first, but they all look to be the same. They're not left and right oriented because they're all the same. Thread here, thread here, thread here, thread here. So, and then this will be the thread. So they're all threaded on the same side. So they're all the same. So I guess once they come together, they're going to be like this, maybe? No, that's incorrect. So they're going to be like that. So, all right, that's pretty easy. And you're gonna want to tighten them down to 30 inch-pounds. So we're gonna do that like maybe in some kind of pattern to where it'll tighten it down evenly. Both, you know, all of them are supposed to go to 30 inch. And it says there will be a small gap. Let me get this a little closer. So they say this top piece, they're not going to touch like this, so there's going to be a gap. So they say it's going to be a small gap, so I would assume it's going to be pretty close. This one's for 30 millimeter. And it says add blue Loctite if there's not red Loctite on any screws. And all these screws have a red dot on them. So none of mine do not. Again, bring it up. So they say if it doesn't have that, add some blue. So I guess maybe if something gets past their quality control is what they want, because this is all the bolts that I got. There is what seems to be one extra, right? Because 4. There should be 4 at the bottom, 4 at the top, so 8. So it came with 9. I don't know if they're supposed to do that or not, but again, you get the little Torx driver that comes with it, which is nice. That's what I'll probably start everything with, and then we will tighten it down with the torque wrench. This is what it is. And I got this one on Optics Planet for a good deal as well. And that was one of the things with the other site. The other site was, I think, somewhere right around $400, or sorry, for this site mount was somewhere around about $400. This one ended up being, with some of the discounts I got, I think it was like $2 something, so a little cheaper, which was nice, but rock solid. This is all one piece, like super solid. So we'll see. And there's the C.A.N. I don't know what the C.A.N. stands for, but it's their newer version. Their older version, these you had to use a wrench. So now all this is toolless, so you can do this all by hand in the field if you want. So pretty cool, and like I said before, made in the USA. Very cool. So the question is, what scope is going to go in this? And you guys will probably already guess it because you've seen it in other videos, but I'm going to grab it now and we'll get right back to you. All right. So this is what I'm planning on putting in there. It's the primary arms, PLX 1 to 8. So what I wanted for this gun is maybe a little something different, a little more zoom, so I can use this scope switch with it. Really like the scope switch. But it's decently heavy out at the front here. So I'm gonna take this off, and I do like this setup. All of this is nice. I like it a lot, but the whole point was to get a little shorter. So when I put the suppressor on this one, we'll have just a little shorter setup. So I'm gonna take this off now, and I'm gonna put all this together, and we'll see you in a second. Gentlemen, I got a little ahead of myself wanting to get this thing put together. Completely forgot to do your favorite part and weigh this bad boy out before I do anything. So I'm going to do 8 screws. I'm not going to do the 9 just because it's not going to be on there. So mount itself and the 4 rings. 7.35 ounces. Let's see. 7.3 ounces is what this weighs. I can't remember what the Scalarworks weighs, but somebody leave it in the comments for me. And if not, maybe I'll put it somewhere in the description. But not too bad. And this is what the scope looks like after it's been taken off. You can see I had to clean this up a little bit. Don't know what that was from the mounts. It might have been some Loctite once the threads, because I put it on myself. So some might have dripped from the threads and went around. I could probably wipe it off some more, but it doesn't really need it. Because I don't feel anything. Nothing's risen up or anything like that. No paint's chipped off anywhere. So that's the scope. Guess if anybody's curious, I could weigh that with this. 1.8, sorry, 1 pound, 8.20 ounces. I don't know if you guys can see that. We'll move it. It's not in the center. Let's see if we can get it in the center of the weight. Maybe that'll make a difference. Still don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but it's 1 pound, 8 ounces, 0.20. Close to 2.5, but there you go with the weight. That actually, we have one more piece. Let me grab that right now. This is a piece that I've wanted to get for this project for a while. It's from Primary Arms as well. And it's their throw lever that snaps down. So let me open this up. And maybe I'll do a little video on this piece itself. So that would be it laying flat against the ring, and you flip it up to twist it easier. So basically, it's going to slide onto here. That's it. It sort of like dovetails in. And you tighten up the screws. Obviously, it's going to have a little wobble right now, but you tighten up the screws, flip it, rotate it. So I'll show you that once I mount that bad boy on. But so let me pause the video right now. I'm going to do a quick video on this, and we'll go back to doing all of this. All right, guys, we're back. Just finished mounting this up. Didn't want to bore you with mounting it up because it is a pain in the balls. It's actually not too horrible. You're supposed to tighten these down at the bottom first, the bottom 4, 2 on this side, 2 on the other. then again, back and forth. You get it. Main thing is to line it up. There's different techniques. Some people stick a deck of cards right in here. Some people use a like a micrometer or whatever and put it in here, gauge, flip it flat. Different techniques to get it to flat. I like to use levels, but first I want to level out the gun while I have it, so I put it on the bipod, leveled it out, and then you can put this on the top, level it out on the flat surfaces, you know, like if you were to put it here. So back and forth or whatever, it would end up being level. I also used the Fix-It stick. This is their little torque wrench they got, so that worked out real nice. That came in this kit, so it's a pretty cool kit. That one. I haven't put this on yet. The 100 Concepts Kill Flash. I don't know what they call it, but that's what most people call them, the Kill Flash. But back to the piece de resistance. That is the scope with the magnification throw lever. Kind of like it at that angle, but again, flip it out, go like that. Scope mounted. Everything seems pretty good, guys. I had to, or I didn't want to mount this all the way back up against the iron sight, but to get a good sight picture and the eye relief on here, I had to push this back to be able to have this on there and that. So if you want your cake and you want to eat it too, there's things you got to do, sacrifices you got to make. So this, I did it right to the edge to where this was at the right angle. So if I were to push this mount forward, right, then I would have had to pull this back. Why I wanted it forward on this setup is because I want to put a red dot here, but we can't do that, so we're gonna have to put it up front. So that'll be in a future video, but right now I'm pretty happy with how everything's lined up. I think it's everything is level. It all looks level to me. Again, there's supposed to be a little gap here to here. This front one looks a little bit more open than the back, but it's close enough. Everything's super rock solid. And again, if you want to adjust this throw lever on how tight you want it, you would click this and then tighten it. But remember what I told you about the 45-degree angle? There it is right there. It's getting tighter, 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 and lock it in. So it's not really rocket science, guys. But any questions you have on this, whether it be the scope, mount, the throw lever, feel free to ask. I mean, everything is pretty self-explanatory with all this stuff. Plenty of people can show you how to mount the thing. There's a few videos on YouTube I've seen, but again, the instructions are very clear on how to do it. Any questions, let me know, leave it in the comments. But this is the MMB build. Almost done, guys. Super stoked. I could do a video on this as well. I haven't said anything about that. Don't know if I want to keep this on here. Got it in OD green. Rather have a tan one, but I ordered a black one and a OD green one, and the black one has yet to show up. So I tossed this one on for now, and that's about it. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you in the next one.